Welcome to Classroom Conversations. I am your host, Sydney Bennett, and here we have students and teachers from Fakewood Public Schools. We will be discussing the topic of a balanced school year. In a balanced school year, students and teachers attend classes starting July 28th and ending June 10th. This gives them a 7-week break of summer instead of a 3-month break. Students and teachers spend the same 180 days in school that a typical school year does. However, every 5th week there is a 1-week break. Also, the lengths of school days are no longer than any other school. Recently, Fakewood Public Schools made the switch from a typical school year to a balanced year. While some students and teachers agree with the switch, others are not too keen on the idea. Today we have English teacher Misty Stigter and math teacher Miss Ridings, along with students Shelby and Emily. So Shelby, what do you think about these changes?
Personally, I'm not a fan of the balanced school year. Before the balanced school year, I had a summer job that helped with my college funds. But now with the balanced school year, I find it hard to keep a job since I can't work the entire summer. I suppose I could work during the school year, but it can be strenuous trying to balance homework, extracurricular, and a job.
That's really interesting, Shelby. Have you noticed this too, Emily?
For me, it's been easier to keep my job since I can work those few weeks, especially when other students can't because of school. It's also really nice since I can work few hours during this time I'm in school and work full-time those couple weeks I have off. It also gives me more spending money during the school year, and I still have 7 weeks off during the summer. I also have younger siblings, and if I'm not scheduled to work, I can babysit my sister and her friends and make money that way.
I see that you both manage your time differently, and it's great that you try to work as much as possible. Misty Stigter, I know you had a second job before switching to the balanced school year. What happened?
Well, I can't keep my second job because the balanced schedule is challenging. While trying to keep up with my bills and finding childcare, it's a lot to juggle. I want to be able to spend time with my children, but even with the weeks off, I'm trying to find time to keep up to date with my teacher certification. Additionally, in the chaos of everything, there's a change in budgets. Some of the great programs that our schools have are now cut, like the sports programs and the other extracurricular activities of young students. I will have you know, Miss Sydney, that I am not the only teacher with this opinion. My colleague Rebecca shares some of my concerns. Her direct quote: "I need the long, solid summer break, and I wouldn't spend time with my kids, and their breaks would be different than mine."
Miss Ridings, would you agree with that?
I actually enjoy the way that the breaks are set up. It gives me time to grade papers and set up lesson plans for the coming weeks. I still feel as though I have time for myself and more time to spend with my kids. Like Misty Stigter, I'm working on my certificate, but I've chosen to go through night classes instead of going during the summer. Being on the schedule actually provides me with time to do my own homework.
Those are some great points on both sides. Are there any changes in the behavior of students?
Well, being a student myself, the more I have to do, the more focused I am. Since I know that on my weeks off I have a job and homework to do, I manage my time more efficiently. This way, when I'm in the classroom, I am prepared for the next lessons to come. It also gives me more time to spend on lessons I maybe didn't understand in class. I believe this is preparing me for college life because you don't have classes every day to keep information fresh in your head. It is teaching me to become more independent with my studies.
Since the balanced school year, I just felt burnout. Although it may help some students like Emily, I feel the opposite. When I have a week off, they bombard us with homework, and during break, I don't even feel like I have time to relax. Then as soon as we return to school, I just want to sleep.
Although there are students like Shelby who may sleep from time to time in my class, I have noticed that the majority of students seem refreshed and even more able to focus during class. I have a friend who works in the lower elementary, and she said that she noticed when students come back from the long break, they're able to get into things quicker. She noticed that the kids didn't lose as much over the summer, and they were all ready to learn again. And they didn't forget the expectations of the classroom. She also noticed that behavior issues have been down this year.
That may be, but for me, it's really hard to get involved in the work because as soon as we gear up, we have to gear back down again. It's so destructive. I feel like there are many teachers, not just myself, who share this opinion. Working year-round leaves teachers feeling burnt out.
Some studies have shown that for most students, there is not a correlation between the length of the school day or year and academic achievement. As teachers, what are your inputs on the academic aspect?
Overall, the school test scores have not improved significantly from switching to a balanced school year.
That may be true, but I've seen great improvements in students individually, especially with my students who struggled last year and felt burnt out by this time. This gives them a little time to sit back, take a deep breath, and catch up on any work they've fallen behind on.
What about the student's perspective? What do you think, Shelby?
Well, I haven't seen a difference in my grades with the balanced school year, but I have noticed I feel more stressed.
And you, Emily?
My grades have improved because I have more time to study for certain subjects, and everything isn't crammed into 9 months.
Everyone has made some excellent points on their perspectives of a balanced school year. It is up to you to decide which school year is most effective. Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for joining Classroom Conversations.